Right. So we're speaking here about mutual respect in order for the interests of each other in order to carry on uh, 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 um, um, uh, with a relationship, or rather extending relationship to further level or partnership. Mr. Basu, India insists on strategic autonomy, but critics argue such deals compromise that autonomy. In New Delhi's view, does engaging Russia now strengthen India's independence or complicate it?
Right. See, the idea of strategic autonomy is very simple. It's that if, for example, if few weeks later India signs a logistical agreement with United States, Russia should not have a problem with it. Similarly, when United States is hosting lunches with Pakistani army chiefs, uh, India should not have a problem with it. That was their expectation. Similarly, if India, Russia, and China, the trilateral that one of my co-panelists is mentioning here, if Russia, India, and China is coming into one forum, a lot of photo op was also done during the Tianjin moment. If three powers are coming together and sharing a selfie or an image, United States should not have a problem with it. That is the idea of strategic autonomy, where there is mutual respect on the basis of the choices the country also make. It is not just territorial sovereignty, but also the choice to do business or even trade with any country that we want on our norms. So the idea that we won't be bullied into submission, that you are not supposed to have relations with Russia because of NNN reasons, or later on, for example, we don't expect United States to stop having relationship with Pakistan. It is unfair for United States to expect the same reciprocity from us from that way. That's why strategic autonomy is based on reciprocity. The same behavior is expected from India. A similar behavior is expected from Washington as well. So that is the idea, and that's why there is no calculation per se. And here, what I'll just repeat myself here, that this is not a Donald Trump moment or a reaction to a Donald Trump moment that is happening in New Delhi at this point of time. Annual summits between India and Russia has been happening for a very long time. It was only during 2022 where, because of the Ukraine invasion or the conflict, the situation was not ready for Putin to come to India. But after Modi went to for the visit of Putin, it was reciprocated with another visit. So annual summits are a very natural thing between India and Russia, and it is not a Trump effect that is happening. So these geopolitical calculations are on the basis of trade and energy and other relations that we are talking about. That's why reciprocity has to be designed. It cannot be person specific. So it also should not depend on a particular government that is in power, at least with India's perspective. So there has to be systems that has to be built. That's why the current conversation that is happening in New Delhi is to go beyond oil dependencies also. That is to diversify the relation that we have, the economic quote unquote relation that we have with Russia. It cannot be just oil.
So
So that's why.
we're speaking here about elevating the level of partnership between Russia and India.
Yes, yes, it's an elevation because see, it is true that the two pillars of India and Russia relationship is energy and defense. That's true. But that's why India wants, at this point of time, India is also having a conversation for Russia to buy agricultural products from India. For example, developing nuclear projects, which is the Kundalam projects, or the transit routes that is happening, the Chennai and the Vladivostok transit route that is happening. These are extensions that both the powerful countries like India and Russia should ideally go for. Oil is one of the major markers, but for India to diversify, because strategic autonomy allows that it forces the country to talk about diversification. If we are dependent on any one global power, then by design it cannot be strategically autonomous. So by design, we have to realize that we are living in a 21st century world order where everything is dependent on multi-layered relations between countries. So
But
if you're talking about global South-South cooperation, we need to understand these cooperation has to happen where every country will demand their own form of autonomy. It is not just India that is demanding this idea of strategic autonomy. Every country wants that.